What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Regret Show. Think about subscribing, joining the team, joining the channel. Now, I'm not going to make any stock market predictions of where I think Bitcoin's going to be or the stock market or where interest rates will be because nobody knows, okay? Those people who try to make those predictions with the assumptions of where they think it's going to go, they're gamblers. That's all they ever been, and that's all they will ever be. Now, just imagine at the beginning of last year, okay, you would have taken my advice. But before you welcome in this year, men, be careful. If you're going to be indulging in alcoholic beverages tonight, make sure you have a designated driver, an Uber or a ride, or if you're going to be spending the nights with some young ladies, make sure you protect yourselves. You don't want a couple minutes of pleasure to destroy the rest of your life when you're locked down with the wrong knucklehead. So let's just think about this for a second. Let's just say people would have taken my advice at the beginning of 2023. You would have invested in the FX, AIX. A lot of you know I own this as in my individual brokerage account, and I also own the Charles Schwab Total Stock Market Index Fund. If they would have taken my advice, you would be up 24%. No head and shoulders patterns you got to look for, no breakouts, no stop losses, no resistance levels, no random stocks they throw out with technical analysis, no classes, no Patreons, no Discords, no workshops, no gambling, no dividend stocks, no nothing. All you did was just invest in the overall market, the S&P 500 or a FX AIX. You would be up 24%. Do you know what 24% looks like if you had $1 million? That's $240,000. Now, it's not always going to return that way. There'll be some years you're up 24%. Some years you could be down 15, 24%. And crashes in the past has dropped as much as 50% and 40%. But you didn't stress yourself out. You made contributions monthly. You didn't worry about joining these little dinky brokerage institutions. You went to the big dog. You went to Fidelity. You didn't pay any fees every time you bought the index fund. You didn't pay any fees with Charles Schwab every time you bought it every month. You knocked out that car payment, and now you're able to give $300 a month, $400 a month, $500 a month. And generational knowledge is what you chose to follow to build generational wealth. This is what it would have looked like, 24%. A lot of people up here, what I can guarantee you is they will scam you. They will continue scamming you. 4 years later, they're still scamming people. Purchase my Discord, purchase my class, purchase my Patreon. It's only $10. Purchase my school. Here's a code for my school. In reality, you raise the price for the school, then you give a discount code to bring it down to the original price what it was in the first place. But a lot of people don't pick up on that. All right, you'll get lifetime access to a school. I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you this, none of these people can show any investments prior 2020 at all. A lot of these people, as we know, they popped up in 2020. A lot of people are still taking their advice. They're paying for their memberships. They're paying for their classes. They're getting told, pay me and I'll help make you. That is one of the biggest scams that has ever been perpetrated on the American public. Give me your money and maybe I can get you more money, because they don't guarantee this. But I will say this, if you're still paying for classes, memberships, Discords, and Patreons almost 4 years later, if you haven't figured it out by now, I don't know really what to tell you. There's multiple channels up here trying to warn you about a lot of these people. And if you're going to go into the 2024 year with that same outlook of trying to get rich quick and worried about what Jerome Powell's going to do with interest rates and worried about if a Bitcoin ETF will be adopted, or where the stock market might go, I really don't know what to tell you. You're kind of hopeless at this point until you want to change your life. A lot of people on this channel have been enjoying the sweet returns and no stress. They've been enjoying, like, yo, all I got to do is just invest in something like a broad-based index fund, because when you invest in that, every time you wake up and you see a McDonald's, every time you see a McDonald's, a Charles Schwab, Charles Schwab is actually in the S&P too. Every time you see Costco and Home Depot and Lowe's, not Lowe's movie theater, Okay, even though they're in the total stock market. Lowe's, the appliance place and stuff like that. Every time you see Stanley Black & Decker and all these big companies, your S&P 500 is paying you capital gains and dividends. A lot of people up here complicate their lives because they don't keep it simple. Keep it simple, sweetheart, the KISS approach. So if you want to change your life, think about doing what wealthy millionaires and billionaires have been doing since the dawn of time. They don't complicate their lives. They just do what works. You can keep gambling and you will end up like your parents and your grandparents, and your kids will end up like you. Have a happy 2024. Be safe. Change your life. It starts with you. It starts with generational knowledge. That's how you build generational wealth. No regrets. Be safe. Get it.